What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Disciple Plays. Got another video for you today. Today we're going to do a bit of a card show recap, as well as a little bit of a market update and kind of what I'm thinking of doing with the current prices of things going on right now. First, I wanted to hit on the Target clothing line drop that they did for Pokemon. I don't know if you guys saw, they released a Kanto starter jacket. I can actually pull it up right now. Kanto starter jacket. So this bad boy right here. So they dropped this at Target, $130. The problem is they did in-store only. And I went to Target today to see if they had more of them. And the workers I talked to said that it was in-store only and they didn't think they were getting any more. And that the day that they got them, they only had like 6 total. So people are scalping the jackets now. As you can see, it's got a 2-star review. And it's because a ton of people are review bombing it. Like, why is there like none of these available anywhere? I don't know why they didn't do an online drop. I think it was really stupid to not do one for something like this when you know everybody's going to be obsessed with it. It's got the little badges in the inside pocket. Then if you open the zipper, I don't think they have a picture of it. It's actually got the starters etched in there. It's pretty cool. I just wanted to throw out a potential box lunch jacket Pokemon, a potential alternative for anybody that would be interested in this. My buddy Austin, Cano Collectibles, has this jacket himself right now, and it's from Box Lunch. It's $90, and you do have to pre-order it right now. Ships by 9/15 to 9/25. I pre-ordered one for myself, but this is a really cool jacket. It's kind of the same concept, and if you look at the back, it's got this really cool gotta catch 'em all with the Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Pikachu on it. Really nice jacket. I love the one that Austin has, so I pre-ordered one. If you wanted an alternative to the Target one, this one's cheaper, and honestly, it kind of looks better in general. It's not like official Pokemon like the Kanto one, but it is very cool. So just wanted to throw that out there. Now to the card show. It was Master Ball Market. It was their first show they'd done. I believe it was 65 vendor tables. They did free entry for everybody after 10 a.m. And I think VIP from 9 to 10 was like $5. So not too shabby. It was a pretty busy show for how big it was. I think they said like between 300 and 400 people came through the doors to go shop around and see what was going on. They had food trucks there. There were pretty good food trucks, and the traffic throughout the day was just pretty consistent, good. Lots of really cool people, good vendors, fun people to hang around with. So it was a great show. I will definitely be, I think their next one is July 11th. I'll be vending that one as well. And we talked to the guys that run it, and they are already like talking about how they can expand the show and get like a bigger space and everything. So pickups from this week / the show. This was not from the show. This I ordered because I love Metagross. It's my favorite Pokemon. So I grabbed a Stevens Beldum PSA 10. This is a battle deck promo. I think they're only like $150 right now, and it's only probably going to go up. So I snagged one. I love Metagross. And there's a Metang coming out in Chaos Rising, a Metang AR. So I will be buying some of those and trying to get some PSA 10s for that. Next, I did find the Leafeon from the gem packs from China. I found the Sylveon at Collector's Palooza. Then I found the Eevee at Miller Time Card Show. And then at Master Ball, I found this. There was a guy vending right behind us who had his kids with him. And I told one of his kids, hey, if you go find me this Leafeon in a PSA 10, I will give you $5. And Austin said that he would throw in a Ninja Spinner pack to the guy for finding it for me. So he says, okay, deal. He takes off, and I was like, all right, he's probably not going to find it. These things are really hard to find. Comes back literally in like 30 seconds. Says he found it. Go to the table he's at, and yep, there it is, sitting right there. It was like the easiest scavenger hunt ever. Probably the easiest $5 that dude's ever made, too, plus a Ninja Spinner pack. So we gave him his money and his pack, and I got my Leafeon. So now I do have the full set, Leafeon, Eevee, Sylveon, and Umbreon. I ordered the Umbreon on eBay because it's very hard to find, and prices started kind of skyrocketing a little bit. And I didn't want them to get too expensive before I didn't feel comfortable buying it. So I did order the Umbreon, and I'll show you that when it comes in. in the future. So this is the desk I made for the Master Ball market to bring to try to sell. This did not sell or trade or whatever at the show. There was not enough space to display it the way I wanted to display it. So it was like in front of my table, so it was kind of out of people's eye shot. A lot of people said it was really cool, and they just like didn't have the space for it. So I'll be bringing this one to Collectors Palooza with me as well. I might like list it on Facebook Marketplace, to be honest with you, and see if anybody wants to trade towards it or whatever. Just get a feel for what people think about it. But a lot of people said it was cool, it just didn't sell. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't have the space for it. So maybe in the future at Collectors Palooza it'll go. Next, these are some of the cooler pickups I had throughout the show. Not all of these are for PC. A lot of them are for continuing to vend, but they're just some of the cooler ones I got. This reverse holo e-reader Poliwrath, this old Mew promo Mega Mewtwo EX, Leafeon holo, this Pikachu, the sleeping Pikachu. This card is kind of going crazy right now. Mega Mewtwo EX, this is a really cool card. I think it's like $140. Love that one. I got 2 Wartortles from 151. This cool Applin, a Carmen, a Lily's Determination SIR, and Zekrom. And I think from now on, anytime I'm vending, if somebody brings me an ETB promo, I am going to just get it and keep it. And I'm going to have a box of like just a ton of different ETB promos. So I got Charcadet, the Thundurus and Tornadus, the EVs right now. I'm just going to start stacking up on all the ETB promos that I can. And I'm just going to keep them for a while and not vend them. And we'll see how that works out in the future. I picked up the Kanto starter set from the first partner packs. I opened 8 of these boxes and I got 7 Gen 7 starters. So my luck was horrible, and I want to do a Gen 1 through 9 sequential PSA 10 submission eventually when the other 2 versions of these packs come out. So I need gradable versions of every single card. So these 2, the Charmander and the Bulbasaur, I think are pretty safe 10s. This Squirtle, I'm pretty sure is too far off center to do it. The bottom is kind of heavy, so I might have to find another Squirtle. But yes, eventually I want to do a Gen 1 through 9 sequential set of all of these cards when they come out. A sequential set of just the Gen 1, Gen 4, and Gen 7 just went for over $10,000 on eBay. So I can't even imagine what a sequential set of all 27 starters is going to do. But hopefully I can do it. It's going to be a very expensive PSA 9 if I happen to get a random 9 in my submission of 27 cards, because then you gotta crack every slab and try again, I guess. Got this Lickitung reverse holo e-reader, another EV ETB promo, the Lucario and Mometal GX tag team, this Great Tusk EX, and then the Regigigas V-Star. Those are just some of the cooler pickups I had and wanted to show you guys. Like these are for PC, that's PC, that's PC for now. Everything else I will still be trying to sell at my next show. And then these are the new slabs that I picked up. So I sold the Entei that I had just recently gotten. I traded the Greninja plus some cash on top for this Obsidian Flames Charizard. And I sold the Umbreon from Evolving Skies that I had gotten from my previous desk that I made, the big Charizard desk. So a PSA 7 Venusaur base set, a PSA 6 Raichu Fossil, PSA 6 Blastoise base set, and a PSA 8 pre-release first edition Aerodactyl. Very cool vintage cards. A guy was like, I'm just trying to get rid of the vintage stuff. I figured I'd pick it up. None of them are like crazy expensive, but they're cool cards to have in the case. People like to look at them. I also found out that this guard is like glow in the dark. Did not know that. I was checking to make sure it was real, and you can use a black light to do that, and you'll see like PSA across the top. And when I put it with the black light, this was like glowing like crazy. So that was really cool. And this Charizard, I think I might actually keep this thing for a while, because right now it's at like $750, and Obsidian Flames just went out of print, and people are not kind of noticing yet that it's out of print because there's so many other crazy things going on right now in the hobby. So I think I might actually hold this back for a while until it reaches like the $1,000 mark, and then I'll put it out and try to sell it at that point. And if it doesn't go up, then I'll just put it out for the $750 or whatever it's at the time. So those are most of the cool pickups that I got at the show. It was a really good show. Definitely highly recommend going if you guys have the chance to go to Master Ball Market. Like I said, they're already talking about expanding it. I think they have like a 3-month deal with the place they were at, but then they might try to go to a bigger facility. I'll try to help them out with that if I can in any way. Now let's get into a bit of a market breakdown on what's going on. So my typical investment strategy is I try to find pretty much everything at MSRP that I can, just because that lowers your cost basis, and it does take a lot of time, but my job allows me to have time to go around and do that kind of stuff. If you don't have the time to do that, and I'm starting to get to the point where I don't have the time to do that just because a bunch of other stuff I'm taking on at the moment, you have to buy off the secondary market because you can't just walk into a store and find stuff. So what am I thinking right now? So right now, Destin Rivals ETBs are a big no-no on buying. These things are sitting at a market price of $276 for like a pretty brand new set. And some of this is a little bit of market manipulation, like an $800 sale. That's not legit. 314 is still kind of not even legit. 325, but these 239, 250, 225, 229, 225. So I would say the real market price of this is probably like $230. It's a little bit inflated. That's another thing that you need to look out for right now. A lot of product is being manipulated, like actually manipulated. A lot of people like to throw that out because something got expensive and they're like, that doesn't make any sense. This is one of the things that's legitimately being manipulated because there's an $800 sale. If you have a ton of sales for the same price, that's not necessarily manipulated. I don't know if you guys saw, but the booster bundle for this, where is the booster bundle? Here. They fixed it. There was a sale of $2,999 for a Destin Rivals booster bundle, and it shot this price up to like the market price to like $188 in a moment. Even though it was like the only, like you can see right here, like a sale that happened, like shot way up. This is not correct. So always be looking out for that. So right now, in my opinion, Destin Rivals booster bundles are a great pickup if you can get them for like $50 to $60. I know it's not MSRP. Everybody hates paying more than MSRP. But right now, Destin Rivals, I am not touching ETBs. I do buy sleeved packs if I ever see sleeved packs for MSRP. And I will pick these up on the aftermarket for $50 to $60. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there is a confirmed Destin Rivals ETB reprint coming in summer 2026. So I think a lot of the ETB stuff right now is people are like dumping their position on Destin Rivals ETBs, trying to get people to buy them before this restock happens, because the price will drop and you can hopefully find them in stores, especially if they do like a Costco / Sam's Club drop, because they limit product like most places should. So Destin Rivals right now, aftermarket, secondary market, booster bundles are the thing I would be personally trying to get from Destin Rivals. Next, Prismatic Evolutions is going through a bit of a boom right now. The ETB is recovering. It dropped down to about $160. Yeah, right. All right, see, about in the 160s. It's starting to go back up, 182. This thing's just going to keep climbing again as the product runs out. If you can find these for like 150-ish, and like you trust the person you're buying it from, I would pick these up for about $150 right now if you can. On the secondary market, if you can find it for MSRP, that's fantastic. Go ahead and do that. Prismatic has less than a year left in print at this point. Next year in April, Prismatic is gone. So I would try, if you can get these for under 150, I would do that right now, because this number is only going to keep going up. The booster bundle has seen a pretty drastic jump in price just not long ago. These things were in the 70s, and then in just a couple of days bumped up to almost $100. And you can look at the sales data: 86, 87, 84, 94, 94, 90, 94. 109 is a little bit high, but then 80, 92. So this is probably a bit of an inflated market price. It's probably more like in the 85-ish range. But this, if you could find somebody selling them for like 70, I would personally jump on top of that. So ETB, if it's in the 150 range, I would buy that. And if you have the booster bundle in the like 70-ish or lower range, I would buy that. The super premium collection is sitting at $314 right now. We do have a confirmed reprint coming to Sam's Club on May 26th for this. So if you want to try your luck in getting at that restock, I guarantee lines are going to be absolutely absurd for that, because I think they're selling them for $50 a piece. That's an immediate $250 come up. So a lot of people are going to be going after that one. And then lastly, Ascended Hero. So this one, I am extremely bullish on Ascended Heroes. I think it's probably the best set we've ever had. I think it's better than Prismatic. And right now, the prices are at the point where I personally am not buying these unless I can get like way under market. So I have seen some people listing Ascended Heroes ETBs for like 130, 140. I do think sub 150, this is still a decent buy if you can find it for that cheap. But if up at this 184, like I would rather buy 3 Destined Rivals booster bundles for $60 each than spend $184 on one Ascended Heroes ETB, especially because this still does have like 1.5 years in print ish. I don't know if you guys know, Ascended Heroes is at the end of a print block, so it's not in print for 3 years. It's only about 2 years. So ETBs, again, like Prismatic, if you can find them under the 150 mark, I think it's an okay buy. And yes, they might eventually come back down to like $120 eventually. If you're holding stuff for 5 to 10 years, the Nostalgianomics, the 5 to 10 year gang, yes, the 5 to 10 years. If you actually hold stuff for that long, you're not going to care that you paid $150 for this, because this thing in 10 years is going to be several $1,000s. So $150, a decent pickup. The booster bundles for this are insane. $85 a piece for booster bundles. Pretty much the same price as Prismatic booster bundles. I personally, if I'm going to have to pay the same price, I'm picking up Prismatic, because Prismatic is out of print a year earlier than Ascended Heroes, so there's less time to pick them up, and you're going to see a jump in value a lot sooner than Ascended Heroes. So for right now, I would just completely hold off on Ascended Heroes booster bundles unless you see somebody selling them for like $50. These for $50 I would pick up, but up here in the 86 range, just buy either Destined Rivals or buy Prismatic at that point. Ascended Heroes is an absolutely insane set. The card prices are not like budging. They're staying really high. Like here, if we click on cards and we sort by price high to low, this Gengar is still at $1,200. The Pikachu's at $1,000. The Mega Dragonite's $854. I mean, these cards are just nuts, and they're actually just kind of climbing. Even as more supply is hitting the market, a lot of people were saying, oh, as soon as these booster bundles hit the market, all these cards are going to crash. Well, they haven't crashed. They fell a little bit. $14.92, there were 2 sold, and it's still sitting at $12.62 market price. Let's look at the sales data. $12.60, $15.49, $12.50. Ooh, there was actually some market manipulation here. $495, $999, $999, $495, $1,500, $621. Anything on here less than $1,000 is market manipulation going on. It's fake sales, and honestly, TCG players should ban these accounts that are selling stuff for this cheap, because it's fake. Nobody's selling a Gengar EX for $495 when it's worth, obviously, $1,200. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. If you don't, I am DisciplePlays. Here, let me get to my home. DisciplePlaysTCG. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I do post occasionally on there. I'm going to start posting more. I need to get better at doing shorts. But I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of your day.